Hello, welcome to Have a Go, and I'm Alan. The bottom of the headstock has about got to the point where I'm going to start mounting the web clamps to them, which is going to be a little bit annoying because I can't just whack them on like I did the first casting, because there are existing holes. First hole is not the troublesome one, it'll be the second, because that will need to line up. Alright, adjust the speed. All my good drill bits are black, except for my 5mm, which is finished in, I don't know, high-speed steel or whatever this is. Probably high-speed steel, it better be. Just working out how to set the depth stop on this silly thing. I used the depth stop to drill a blind hole so that the top of the U-shaped section of the headstock will look nicer than the old one. Hopefully won't have as many holes coming through. I'm also doing it here because at 8 in the morning, sad part is I'm getting better light under the drill press than I am on the workbench. Probably need to look into getting a light put in over the workbench. I'd need to actually look up what's a good workbench light, because I don't want one that flickers. Right, I'm also going to mark out the hole for this side as well. Unexpected benefit of drilling blind holes. You don't get when the bit breaks through the bottom side and get the danger zone of when the drill tries to grab. The closer I'm getting to the bottom of the hole, the more careful I have to be that I can feel for when the tap has hit the bottom, and I don't try and turn it any further and break the tap in the hole. Okay, I got the spacing wrong by less than a millimetre. So I'm going to expand the 6mm through holes to 6.5, and hopefully that'll work. Right, I can promise you now that's not going to fit because I haven't made any shims yet, but start's a start. Okay, lesson learned. I need to clamp this down a bit over here. There is no way that anyone with sense would try and tap a hole by putting the tap in the cordless drill and then going to it on a blind hole. On a through hole, the tap might just pop out the other side, but on a blind hole, the tap would hit the bottom, and because it's being run by the drill and not by your hands, you wouldn't feel that it had. It'd probably break a tap. Right, that's the last of the M6. Hey, I got this one right. Right, the gib adjustment screws are not M6, they're M5, which means I need a different tap. Don't think I included it in the review. I highly recommend this one, because I use this drill size and tapping thing all the time. M5 4.5. I'm actually relying on the wood to compress a bit in this because the metal surface here is my reference surface, because I know that that's at 90 degrees, whereas I want something chopped up on this side to compress a bit so that the moving jaw is not the reference. I feel absurdly pleased with myself for coming up with this solution. If I was a real machinist, I would have used a bit of copper wire as the soft part on the moving jaw rather than a bit of wood. This press is worth it just for being able to lower the table. Well, that and change the speed. Alright, and how to tap those holes. Also, this is what I was meaning. That jaw there, the fixed one, that's the reference. I'm relying on these, on this surface here being parallel to the holes I want to drill, and also this surface and this surface being in a single plane, which, given that I went to a lot of trouble with scraping, they had better be. So that's my reference jaw along there. Blasted camera. And in there you can see the moving jaw and how the wood is compressing against it. It doesn't matter that the inside of this is rough and doesn't sit flat against the jaw, because the wood is compressing against it, which means that this reference one stays good. Hopefully that made sense. If I'm honest, the hole I drilled is actually a little bit oversized for these taps. I used a 4.5mm drill. It should have been 4.2, but you know, I just ran out of 4.2mm drills, because most of the drill bit sets go from about 3 to 13mm in 0.5mm increments. I'm sure you can get drill bit sizes that go in 0.1 increments, but I hate to think of what they must cost. These are not blind holes, so I don't have to shake out the craft from inside when they're done. As expected, that doesn't fit because I haven't put the shims in. Amazingly enough, M5 bolts are fitting into M5 threaded holes. Have you expected that? Right. Next order of business, sanding the top of this and then scraping it. In the words of Paul's Garage, oh goody. Put some vent wires around the outskirts. Right, someone said to try using a thinner gate. So I've got some 12mm dowel that I'm going to try using. I'd say to Paul to say hello in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that me using wooden dowels and stuff instead of 3D printed sprues goes against a religious belief of his. Oh yes, if anyone was wondering, the Black Label Society clock has been moved up there, received a fresh ever ready battery, fresh out the packet, and it's already dead. Oh dear. Well, shout out to all the sheds with old boom boxes providing sound system duties. Striking off around the gate makes it so much more annoying. Right, vent wire time. See, yes, I do use vents. I just don't always remember to edit them, because if I'm not speaking, it doesn't stand out in the vast wave of video file. This one is good. I might be able to rescue this one, but I'll have to be very, very careful drilling out the bore. Before anyone posts in the comments, yes, I know if I'd been more careful with ramming, I wouldn't have to do this. Right, I've just changed the angle of the table using this pattern to establish what the angle should be, so to get a smooth surface across here. And once I've done that, I'm going to adjust the table again to get the angle needed for this surface, which will be a little bit different, probably. Just thought I'd explain that now, before I've got the respirator on and can't talk. I don't plan on drilling all the way through these and then tapping. I plan on using this drill to make a guide point for where I'm going to drill it properly on the press. I can't believe tapping holes has got to the point where it's boring. Yes, I'm making this up as I go along. I cannot believe that that worked so well. 3 cheers for hole saws. 22mm hole, boom! These hole saws were a brilliant investment. Oh, you crazy cat, what are you doing? Do I want to deal with aligning all that right now? No.